peoples. Hi guys. Oh Lord. No, we need the big guns. It's not gonna cut it. No. Where's my cleaning? Oh, here. It's right here. Hey guys. Gotta clean the camera. Filter on here. What is that? I'm Tarzan. Tarzan? How y'all say that? Y'all Americans? Tarzan? Tarzan? We're gonna watch scary videos. Please don't be scared. Don't be scared. I got y'all. I gotta sneeze. Oh, gotta sneeze. Okay. Well, this happened. Let me connect my headphones. Why is the mic not connected? That's why nobody hear me. I'm yapping and nobody hear me. I'm sorry guys. You couldn't hear me this whole time. I didn't know. Now I know. Anyways, why are you making so bright? It's too bright. My eyes. Anyways, how y'all doing? How y'all doing in this marvelous day? We're gonna watch scary videos because I just like to do stuff to myself and just be scared this whole time. Where's Papilo? Papilo, I don't know. I don't live with this man. I don't know. I do not know. Anyways, the only thing I know, I'm on Twitch right now. Go follow me on Twitch if you haven't. And if you have, still follow me on Twitch. Good stuff. Let me go check on my offspring. And I'll come right back. Ugh. I see the abs. Please don't. I don't even want to talk about it. It's not where I want it to be because yeah, girl hasn't been in the gym. This hair is irking me. So crazy. Cause you drive me crazy. You drive me crazy. is this so big? That's what she said. Okay. You cannot take me anywhere. Why is it? Hold on. Okay, right now. Can't do it. Wait. Anyways. But yeah. Hi guys. Fifi is mine. I don't know. I don't even know if I belong to myself. This hair is irking me. Guys. What is this? Okay, let me fix this. I am aggravated. Let me fix this, guys. Okay, I fixed it. That was irking me. That was irking me. Karina, mi amor. How you doing? What up? Welcome to my stream. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? Let's watch some scary movies. Bien, ¿y tu corazón? ¿Cómo tú estás? ¿Cómo te va la vida? ¿Ya te casaste? I hope so. Anyways, let's go. I have nada de casar.
With Lucid Chart.
Oh, wait. Oh, yeah, I forgot to do that. Wait, guess what? What? What, girl? Tell me. Tell me what happened. No me digas. No me digas. No me digas. Don't. Big G. Big G. Bum, 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 bum. We are farmers. Bum, 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 bum. Yeah. Yo no sabía más nada de él. Escuché el otro hace unos meses, 2 meses, un mes, que lo vi aquí. Pero, más nada.
You can clearly communicate your best and brightest ideas.
No, why is it not connected? Wow. Qué bien por él. No, hace falta. O alguien se tenía que juntar un día o no. Hi. Okay. I'm scared. That's why I'm like kind of yapping. I don't really want to watch it, but yeah, I like to see me suffer. So let's do this. Girl, no. Mándamelo. Oh my. What? No me digas. No me digas. No me digas. Oh my God. Ay, no, me lo tienes que mandar. Girl. No me... it gets better and better. Oh my God. It gets better and better. I'm getting all the chisme. Wow. I'm gonna stop. No, you stop and tell me. Text me. I'm gonna check them out right now. Can't believe it. I mean, I can believe everything. I cannot not believe. Girl, I didn't know everything. I didn't know this is so much coming back to back. Okay. Just making sure you can hear me. Oh, hold on. My friend is calling me. See? Where am I from? From Germany. Hey! Okay. Let's go to the scary videos that would give you chills. I hope not. I was gonna say I hope, but no, I hope not. Okay, let's go. Oh, gotta.
Elderly resident. In 2019, a nursing home employee films an elderly resident attempting to perform a religious blessing in what staff call the most problematic room in their facility. The cursed room has an unusual pattern. Residents placed there consistently become seriously ill or pass away within 2 months. The elderly woman wants to record herself blessing the space to share with her Facebook group. The nurse agrees to help her, but what her camera captures during the blessing ceremony changes everything. This is the footage.
Heavenly Father, I ask for your divine presence.
Do I need holy water? I'm a little scared right now. Do I need holy water? Do I even have holy water? Do I need holy water? Hold on, let me get a blessing candle right here. I'm scared. Okay. Or do I need to get a Bible? I need something. I'm scared. Okay, let's bless each other. Okay? These videos not gonna affect us.
To fill this space. May your light shine brightly through every room, cleansing this
Oh my
home
God, I'm
of any
scared.
negativity, fear, or unrest. Let peace dwell in every corner, and love be the foundation of every wall. Bless this home with your protection, surrounding it with your angels, and shielding it from harm and evil. May every door be a passage to your grace, and every window open to your
What?
blessing.
I didn't see
During
it.
the prayer, the woman's rosary suddenly moves upward as if
Oh no, that shit went up. Hold on.
someone yanked the beads. Her hands, though, remain completely still. The nurse filming reports feeling nauseous while recording and mentions this wasn't the first strange incident in the cursed room, but what happened a few weeks earlier during a therapy session.
If you have a cursed room, don't close the room. Close the room. Throw the whole room away, I guess. I would quit. I would quit. Let me tell you, I used to work for this hotel, and every single time they made me go like into the basement, I would be so scared because the basement, like when you go down to the basement, you have to turn on the lights. So there's only lights in the first hallway, right? So you go down with the elevator, and then you see the first hallway. So the first hallway has light, but the hallway in the back don't have no light, and you have to turn the light on and you have to turn the light off when you go there. And the other thing, the laundry room that was in the first hallway. So you go to the laundry room. No, you go to the hallway, and the first door is the laundry room. The laundry room has no light either. Like you gotta turn all these lights out. Oh my god, it would be so dark and so scary there. And one time I remember I had to go bring new drinks up, and from the basement, of course, alone. I would always try to get somebody to come with me to the basement, but sometimes, like, it's my job. I cannot get everybody to come with me to the basement. And I remember one time I had to get drinks. And that's another thing. The doors are heavy. Like, they're not like light doors. They heavy doors. Like, I gotta keep them open with something. And I gotta take it away so they close. So when I get the drinks, I have a little wagon. So what I used to do, I bring the little wagon in there, and I put all the drinks in there, and then I push the wagon out, and then I push the drink carton that's holding the door open. I push it out of the way, and then I run out. But it's so scary because the door closes like this. And I remember one day I saw like a shadow. It looked like a person, and it creeped me out. Like that really creeped me out. I was like, oh no, 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 no. And I kept saying to me, like, I was like, my mind was playing tricks on me. And I still hope my mind is playing tricks on me because that was very scary. And I was very scared every time I had to go to the basement. I never like going to the basement. Any jobs. Oh my god, when I used to be, hold on. It reminds me, I used to go a lot of basements. Let me tell y'all, I'm scared. I have a genuine fear about basements and attics. Okay, I'm hella scared of basements and attics. They scare the living out of me. And there was one attic. Oh my god, I had a heart attack. I used to be a hairstylist when I had that job. I had to go to the basement to get drinks because all the drinks is in the basement. But that basement was scary. It had no light. Like I had to turn on the light. It's like really dark, very old, and very scary. And their basement is like it's in a apartment building, and there's a bunch of basements, right? There's like different basements from different people from the apartment. Oh my god. The hair salon I worked for, their basement was at the end of this long walk. So I remember you have to go down the stairs, then you go forward, and then you have to go left, and then you have to take another left, and then all the way to the back. And I went there to get the drinks, scared as hell. What happened to me? The lights went off. Like out of the blue. I don't know. I don't know who somebody thought I wasn't there. Hey, thank you for the kiss. I don't know if somebody thought I was there or not there. I don't know. But the lights went completely off. You know how scared I was? To this day, I don't know what it was, but it came back on. Like the lights came back on because, to be honest, I was panicking. You know how people say in movies like, oh, you should have done this in the movies, but like when you're very scared, you don't do anything, because when the lights went off, I just stood there scared. Like, I didn't ran. First of all, I didn't see, you can see, right? But like, once, if there's light and then all of a sudden the lights turn off, your eyes don't have time to adjust to the darkness quick, right? So you gonna see just darkness until your eyes adjust. And it's a basement, so there is no light in the basement. So when it's dark, you have no light in the basement, you're underground. So I was just standing there shooketh. And then the light came back on, and I ran back upstairs, and I told my boss. She was a cool boss. I told her what happened to me. She's like, oh my God, like, oh, I'm sorry that happened to you. I was like, oh my God, it was so scary. But they laughed. I mean, it sounds funny, but it wasn't funny in the moment. It's actually not funny to me now. So I hate basements. I refuse to go into basements. My grandma had the scary basement because my grandma's basement, my grandma had a house, and her house is connected with my uncle's house through the basement. So I can go to my uncle's house through the basement. But my uncle's basement is super cool because my uncle's basement is like another apartment, right? It's super nice. But like, every time I would go like from underneath to like switch houses like that, I would be so scared of my grandma's basement. I don't like my grandma's basement at all. Everything was creaking and oh no. No, I don't do basements. I mean, I live in Florida. We don't have basements here. Thank God. But no, I don't want to deal with basements or attics. Attics scare me too. But really nothing happened. Like, that's just stuff that happened to me in basements. But like, it's not really nothing. So, no basement for me. And no attics for me. 'Cause I'm not doing attics. And I'm not, especially like, you know what scares me about America? Like how y'all have certain attics that when the letter comes out. Letter? Cause of a letter? It's because of the storms? No, it's because of the ground. It's too moist. The soil is too moist. A ladder. I said ladder. A ladder. When those ladders come out, oh my God, that's so scary because you don't know what's in there. And you have to pull it down. What if you pull it down and something falls? Oh my God, I can't. I can't. I want to have a nice house. And I don't want to have... I don't want to have no attic. I don't want to have nothing in there. I want everything to be like... Or if I have an attic, I would treat it like an extra room. I don't want the one with the ladder like this. I want it to be like an attic, like an extra apartment, and I would make it an extra apartment. I'm not making it as a storage. That's just scary and dark. And no, I would make it whatever I would make it. I would make it, right? I would make it probably something cute, like a room, like a yoga room, even with windows, so it doesn't look dark in the attic. But I don't want... Hey, Kalinsky! I don't want an attic. Scared. Okay. Let's talk about the lady. Yeah.
Would prove that even trained animals could sense something was wrong. This made the story even more creepy.
You only have one? Listen.
You're not gonna believe what happened. Tell me everything. I'll show you on Monday.com. So I started the biggest initiative.
Really?
Why are you zooming in, girl?
A trained service dog broke away from its group and began whimpering while staring directly at the same room. Therapy dogs are specifically trained to remain calm and stay with their handlers, making this behavior highly unusual. However, the most disturbing incident was yet to come. Staff would soon discover that whatever haunts this room wasn't finished, making its presence known.
Why is it beeping? I don't know. No one's in there. It's crazy. Get the light. Get the light. You saying chick? Yes.
Oh, hell no. You saw the door close? That's a damn quitting. I'm not dealing with all that. I just find a new hospital to work for. I'm quitting. I don't care what nobody says. I'm quitting. Or you gotta put me in a different place off the hospital. I'm not working that.
Did you just get that on camera? No. Stop. No, I'm not playing with you anymore. I don't like this. No, I don't like this. I don't like this. I don't like this. This is insane right now.
Another thing, why nobody turn the light on in that room? Turn the light. I don't know, it's silly. Maybe I think like, you know, what do you think? The light is gonna scare away a ghost? But turn the light on. Why you leave that room dark? I don't know. Oh, it's daytime.
Despite the room being vacant and locked, the electrical disturbances continued for several minutes before stopping completely. What they do know is that every attempt to cleanse or bless the space has failed, and the question that keeps staff away.
No, you don't need that lady. You need a real priest. You need a real priest. That lady.
At night is simple. What exactly is trapped in that room, and why won't it leave?
I don't know.
A mother named Courtney is filming in her living room when something unexpected happens with her baby's car seat. The infant isn't using the seat at the time, and Courtney insists there's no logical explanation for what occurs. Even the family dog starts reacting as if sensing something dangerous in the room. This is what her camera captured.
Literally nothing here. My baby is sleeping. Don't have a remote. It just did its own thing.
Courtney can be heard saying there's literally nothing there and no remote control involved. And the dog's reaction suggests animals can detect whatever is causing the disturbance. But this incident would pale in comparison to what happened just days later.
Oh, hell no. I'd be so scared. Ah! You saw this? I mean, that wasn't. Girl, you reacted too damn late. That dog been said. The dog said, I'm out. You alone with your issues. I'm not dealing with what you got going on. I wouldn't deal with that either.
The dog growls and weirdly acts as it slowly walks out of the room, as if sensing something we can't see. Then a baby bottle slides off a surface.
If my dog been outside, I'm leaving with the dog. The dog say, "Rrr." I would like. Matter of fact, I'm coming with you. Me going outside. I don't know, girl. Where's your husband? Because I know you look like you have a husband. That's a big ass house for yourself. But call your husband. Tell him to come home and leave the house.
And crashes to the floor directly next to where Courtney is sitting. Terrified by the escalating activity, she immediately grabs her baby and flees the house. Courtney hasn't posted any updates since fleeing her home that day, but the question remains, what was...
We going on a drive. The baby, you, me, the dog, we figuring it out till the husband comes back from work, or I'm going to my mama's house, or I don't know. Something's happening. I'm not staying there.
Actually going on in her home, and just what could the dog sense that she couldn't see?
If you have Snap,
Even the dog looked at her like, girl, you don't see that? The dog was like, you don't see that? But like,
or Medicaid, you may qualify for a free.
oh my god, I forgot that. The figure by the morgue. Oh,
Hospital
Lord.
workers at IVSS Dario Vivas in Venezuela decide to celebrate New Year's
Yay.
Eve during their midnight shift.
You saw the dog? The dog looked at her like, girl, you don't see that? Like, you don't see what I see?
The staff gather in one of the hospital corridors to take group photos commemorating the occasion. Everyone is accounted for and positioned for the camera when they snap several pictures. Days later, when reviewing the photos, they discover something that leaves the entire staff terrified. This is what appeared in their group photo. The photo shows all the hospital workers smiling and celebrating in the hallway, but in the background, at the end of the corridor, a dark figure can be seen standing motionless. According to everyone present that night, no one was standing in that location when the photo was taken. The figure appears to be positioned directly in front of the entrance to the hospital morgue. All staff members insist they have...
It looks like a gray suit. It's a man in a gray suit.
no idea who this is. The hospital has strict security protocols, and no unauthorized personnel should have been in the building. The celebration was meant to be a private gathering.
It's always hospitals. I mean, it makes sense. You know, a lot of trauma happens in hospital. People pass away in hospitals. But damn, I couldn't work in a hospital. And every time I slept in the hospital, it was scary as hell.
For the night shift workers only, yet someone else decided to join their New Year's Eve party, and that uninvited guest was standing right outside the morgue. An Indonesian explorer decides to test his courage by spending time alone on a bridge known for supernatural activity. Local legends claim the bridge demands sacrifices from those who cross it.
What do you mean? The bridge demands sacrifices if you cross the road. And you think you're going to cross the road? I'm not going to cross the road. I'm not doing this. I don't play these games. I don't know who plays those games, but it's not me. It reminds me one time, there used to be a thing when I was a teenager where is so the story goes like this, right? So it's a party, right? But nobody knows where the party is until the party happens, right? So they send you coordination to the party, right? So we get sent coordination to the party, and we kind of have to figure out where the party is, right? It's like everybody gets this. It's only invite only, blah blah blah. And do you have an accent? I don't think so. But yeah, so what happens is I'm live on Twitch, guys. So we go there, and I remind you, I have high heels on, but everybody else don't. But I was the only one with high heels, and the coordination basically put us into the woods. We were walking inside the woods. Mind you, it's late at night because it's a party, right? It's late at night. We going into the woods, and I'm like, hey guys, I don't really think we should go into the woods because I don't think this is the right connection. Like, I don't really think, no, I don't think that's right. It's, we in the woods, okay? I don't think that's right. And the guys, they were making fun, and they would piggyback me because I had high heels on, and we was walking literally in the woods with mud and stuff. So we walking in, and the guy's making fun because I'm scared. So the guy's making fun of me. Oh, Fifi, oh, somebody's come get us. Somebody's come and get us. And I was like, you know what? It's not funny no more. Like, it gets to a point. It's not funny no more. Now, you know what happened? We walk into the woods. So we still at the beginning, right? I still can't see back the street lights from, but we keep walking inside, and then from far, it looks like somebody has a flashlight, right? And you see a flashlight, but you don't, like, you see only the flashlight moving, but you don't see nothing else. You just only see a flashlight moving. And I'm like, guys, hey, that's very scary. I think I'm not doing this party stuff no more. And the boys were like, no, like, come on. And the girl's like, oh, don't be a scary cat. I'm like, no, I'm being a scary cat. Get me out of here. Because why? There's a man, or I don't know what it was. It was, you see the flashlight, like, doing, like, he's like doing this. It's not even like straight, or you see the flashlight coming near. No, it's just like this, like waving the flashlight. I mean, it's not in the woods. Like, we didn't know it was in the woods. So the coordination we was going, so there's a free place, but then the more we walk nearer, then all of a sudden we see the woods there, and be like, I don't think that's right. And they're like, no, this is the right address, right? And I'm like, no, I don't think, oh shit, sorry. And I was like, no guys, I don't think that's right. I don't think that's right. And like I said, they had me piggy bank. I wasn't even walking. There was like the biggest guy. I was on his like this, so he had me piggy bank. So I wasn't even walking. And then once I saw the flashlight, I was like, you know what? I can't. Oh, I tried to call my brother. No, it's like that. I tried to call my brother in the woods to pick me up from where I'm from, like where I'm at. And there was no connection. Like, it was dead. And I was like, you know what? That's when I was like, you know what? Turn me around. Right now. So the guy, after I was like dead serious. I was like, I wasn't joking anymore. I was like, hey, this is not the way. Like, walk me back to the street and let me call my brother. So he walks me back to the street. I call my brother. I get screamed at by my brother because obviously he's like, what are you doing outside? But I was like, I can't be outside. But anyways, my brother picks me up, drives me home, all cool, all dandy. The next day, I asked them, hey, what did y'all do? They were like, yeah, Fifi, you was right. It wasn't there. It was completely different. And I was like, good. I was like, did y'all walk more into the woods? And they're like, no, like once you left, we called the person that was already at the party, and they said it was wrong. And yeah, I turned around, and yeah, I don't know what, like, you don't know what was in that woods, like you don't know what it was in the woods, like you don't know. You don't know what that was. It might be somebody just stay in the woods, but it might just be somebody to get us. Just a bunch of teenagers. Like that's the perfect. Like you know how people when they're like, oh, this don't happen in real life. It's like people are not that stupid. But like, look at those horror movies. It's always like teenagers doing dumb shit, and we was about to be like teenagers doing dumb shit. And I always did like with it like a little bit. I remember one time we went to an abandoned house. No. It was an abandoned, not house. I think it was a hospital, an abandoned hospital. See, that's what I'm saying. A haunted house? No, it was not haunted. It was a abandoned hospital. I think it was a hospital. I can't remember, but I remember what it looked like. It was very rundown. And we went in there. We went in the daytime. I want to say that we didn't went there at nighttime because I wouldn't went in there nighttime. But yeah, we went there daytime. It's like, oh my god, we should go. A bunch of teenagers. We go in there. Scary as hell. And I'm not just saying scary, like people shouldn't do that, because it's not just scary because somebody can be there. No, it's like it's an abandoned house. Like it's very dangerous. Something can fall on your head, slip, fall. Very bad. You don't know how stable anything is, you know? Like it can just crumble down. But we was like not think I wasn't even in the moment, I wasn't even thinking about that. And so we go in there, we walk around, everything is cool. Nothing happened. We keep walking. Then we see like old stuff, like medical advice, and stuff like that. And we was like making jokes. Bruh, you know what happened? There was a homeless person, and he ran after us. This man scared the ish out of me. This man just stood up and just ran. It was just, yeah. It was. I probably guessed, you know, it's probably a homeless guy. He's like, damn, what do people do lurking in my house? I don't know. When as a kid, I mean, not even as a kid, as a grown up, if a homeless man fucking runs behind me, I'm running away. Hey, Greg. Oh yeah, he was not homeless. He had a whole hospital. This is something medical. I don't know what it was. It had something medical in there. But I remember the building. I even remember where it was. I mean, I don't think they don't have that building no more, but that should be scary. I ran so fast. I think I was one of the first people that got out because I'm a scary kid. I think I was the first person who was outside the whatever that was, that building. I don't remember what type of building it was. But I have so many teenage stories. people wanted to go to on Halloween to the cemetery, and I was like, no, I didn't do that. Oh, you know what? Since I'm telling you my scary stories, so there's not a scary story. Yeah, I was very, yeah. You can't call it smart, but you know, people call it scary kid. Yo, once you're scared, you ran so fast, like you don't even think about nothing. You just like that's your fight or flight. Like you bolt out of there. So yeah, that's another scary story. In Germany happened too. So we went to excursion, but like a school trip. We went on a school trip. That's what they call it, a school trip. We went on a school trip to skiing, right? So we went skiing as a school trip for a whole week, and then sorry, and then all the rooms. It was four bunk beds. No, two bunk beds. So four beds. Two bunk beds, two beds. So one night we was like, oh, we should play the Ouija board, right? We was like, yeah, we should play the Ouija board, and we don't have a Ouija board. Then we was like, you know what? Just let's draw a Ouija board. So we got paper and we made our own Ouija board. Yeah, I was born and raised in Germany, so we got paper. It's cold in Germany. It's very cold. I have so many scary stories in Germany. I'm just gonna tell them all right now. So we draw our own Ouija board on a paper, and then we just got a cup. So we got a cup, put a Ouija board down, and we got a candle. I don't even know where we got the candle from, but we got a candle. So we let the dark be in room. Germany is very safer, and even Germany jail is a walk in the park than jail in America. I was scared to come to America. I'm not gonna lie. I mean, America still scares me to this day. Not like Germany. Germany don't scare me. But yeah, so we played the Ouija board. We made our own Ouija board. We are the four girls. No, was it more girls? I think it was two other girls from the different room that came over to do the Ouija board. I'm a resident. Yes, we did a Ouija. We were kids. You been to jail before? No, I never been to jail before. But I know people who went to jail. And I'm telling you, it's not the same in here. Anyways, so yeah, I did the Ouija board. We did the Ouija board, and then we take a glass and we put the glass on the Ouija board, and we got a candle, and we just started chanting, and we just started asking a question. So then we was like, oh no, you moving the glass. No, you moving the glass. You moving the glass. So we arguing. We was like, oh no, somebody's moving the glass, right? And everyone's like, no, we're not moving the glass, right? I was like, no, I'm not moving the glass. You are moving the glass. Stop moving the glass. We're not moving the glass. So no one. So we was like, you know what? Let's not put our finger on it. Just let's hover our finger on top of it, right? And let's ask it a question. Because you know what? It was like, no, like. So we did that. We hover our finger on top of it like this. We don't touch it. And then all of a sudden, everybody feels like a cold breeze, like at the same moment. Everybody was like, you felt that? And then when we turned around, like when we felt the cold breeze, when we turned around, the glass, it fell, like the glass tipped over. Mind you, we didn't have our finger on it. the glass tipped over and it rolled down to the door. So it rolled down to the door, and in that moment the boys come in our room. They open the door and we scream very loud because it happened so quick, like all together. Like the glass hit the door and once, like literally, and then they opened the door like that, and that shit was so scary because he was like, oh my god, you know what, and he was like, you know what, let's say goodbye and let's go. So we said goodbye to the Ouija board, we threw that away, and we go to the other room, and then all of a sudden we hear a phone ring, right? We hear a phone ring, like it's a ringing, and we were like, okay, who's like, we like, mind you, we're not thinking about the Ouija board no more. We thinking about, we playing this we was playing some game. We was in a room with mad people, like with mad other classmates, and we was playing, and we hear a phone ringing, and we was like, well, where does the ring come from? The ring comes from the room that we were in. And I was like, okay, cool. It's getting scary. It's getting to a point. So we was just like, you know what? Let's ignore it. And the ringing persists. So one of us is like, hey, we should go in our room and check if somebody left the phone because this is ridiculous. So we go all back and check, and nothing is ringing because we all have our phones with us. But when we go to that, you hear the phone, like you hear a phone ring. So we went there and we stayed there, and then we were so scared that the first night we stayed in their little room, and then the teacher came and the teacher kicked us out, and the teacher was like, y'all need to go in your rooms. So we go in our rooms, like we try to talk to the teacher, we try to tell them, hey, tell her like, hey, like we don't want to be here, it's scary, blah blah blah. So what we did, we went on the bunk beds in twice, right? It's like, it was bunk beds for each person, is 4 beds. So instead everybody sleeping down low, everybody slept on top of the bunk bed, and nobody wanted to ever turn off the lights, and nobody wanted to sleep outside of the bunk bed. So everybody wanted to sleep on the wall, like next to the wall, and not where you can see stuff. I never got suspended. So we go to the wall, and then the next day at night, one of the girls said she saw a shadow man in the bathroom, and yeah, that was very scary. And then after that, nothing happened, and when we went back home, and then that was it. No, I never got suspended in school. Like, what you gotta do to get suspended? You gotta do crazy stuff. The most that what happened in school is like, I got kicked out of the class. You German? Yes. Your school is so bad. Like, how bad do you gotta be to get suspended? Like, what you gotta do to get suspended? No, like, I never got suspended. I got kicked out of the classroom. Probably like 3 times in my whole life. I fought, but I never got in trouble for it. I'm not cursing at the teacher. I got smart with the teacher before. That's why they kicked me out of the room. But Other than that, no. Hey, what's up? Yeah, you cannot. Nah, you can't really get me out of there. The school system is very cool. It's not like here in America. Like I said, German is pretty different than um American school. Uh, it's very much different. I never went to American school, but I have my niece right now. She came from Germany. She's been living here for a year now, and she's been here in school for a year, and she just said it's so different, and she hates it. What's up? Teachers be hella weird. Yeah, she was weird. She just told me that my voice, because I have a queechy voice, like a queaky voice, and they was like, "Hey, yeah, shut up! Like, nobody likes your voice." Like, she was just saying that she hates my voice, and I was like, "Okay, cool." And then I remember I said to her, like, I think they rather listen to my voice than listen to your voice. Period. And yeah. Yeah, I never got in trouble like that in school. I got in trouble for stupid stuff, but like trouble is not like I got suspended. I never got suspended. I never. The most thing is I missed a class. That's like the worst, the worst thing. And you know, as a kid, that's not even worse. Like damn, I just can't be chilling. I got kicked out twice. Out of the school? Out of the school completely or the class? 'Cause I know I got kicked out of the class like 3 times. Because I got smart to that one teacher. I know my math teacher, she hated me. My math and my physics teacher, they hated my guts. I'm telling you, these two ladies hated my guts. Never couldn't stand them. I loved my principal. I loved my principal because he was our biology teacher as well. And oh my god, I love this man. His name was Dietrich. Then I loved my teacher, our class teacher, and she was our English teacher. No, she was our German teacher. I'm saying she was our German teacher. I really liked her. I liked our old physics teacher before the teacher we had before the lady that hated me. But that physics teacher, he was cool as hell. I liked my English teacher. She was cool. I loved my PE teacher. I had a crush on him. And I think all the girls had a crush on the PE teacher. And yeah. Yes, you did. I was just lucky. He wasn't weird at all. He was very annoyed. I know he was very annoyed. He was always annoyed by us. Because, okay, in Germany, when you turn 13, like when most of the people turn 13, they separate boys and girls for PE. So, boys and girls don't do PE together. Why did I have a crush? It was funny. He was my sister's teacher. My sister had a crush on him. He was just jacked And I think he was jacked, and he was the youngest teacher that we had in that moment, and that was just like, and he was jacked. I remember this man was jacked. Like he had those sweaters on, and you could see the muscle under his uh he said the muscle under the, you could still see the muscle. It was like, yeah, he was jacked. I feel like that's why all the girls had a crush on him. But he was very much annoyed because us girls, we hated doing PE, and what we would do is like we would just say, "Oh, we on our periods," and then basically they can't say nothing. So the girl, like our woman teacher, that's for the women, she would send us to talk to the male teacher, and then the male teacher would send us to just sit on the window. So we had like where we played is like it's a window super high, so you can't sit in the windows because it's like very thick to sit in. So he would just say just sit up there, and just we would watch the boys play and stuff. Yeah, it was very healthy. But no, like you couldn't really sneak because how you gonna sneak? It's like two different rooms. You can't like, she gonna see that you open the door. Like the teacher's right there. She gonna see if you open the door to sneak out at recess. What is recess? Sorry, I don't know what recess is. But I liked having sports separate because we was allowed to wear sports bras and cool stuff, and we was allowed to have our bellies out. It was just girls. That's the cool thing that I liked, that we were separated, all playing outside. Oh no, we always had together. We were all together, the whole school. No, like it's not like you go. They have a, so my school. It's like a yard, not really a yard. I don't even know what to call it, but that's the best that I can explain it. Like we have a front yard, so we had one side that is a big space, and then you have our where we do PE. We have like a whole PE house. I don't know what it's called. Where we do PE. I don't know what's it called in English. And then on the other side we have another big space, and that's how we would do our free time, unless it was very cold. When it was cold, we was allowed to stay inside, like super cold. If it's just a little bit cold, we still had to go outside. I don't know, is it called courtyard? Let me see. Yeah, I think it's called courtyard. So that's how we did it. But it's cool because sometimes we would ask the teachers, because the teachers had to make sure that all the kids go outside. So we would if my teacher or the English teacher had to do it, me and my friend, we would always ask them if we can do it, because we knew they was gonna go on this. They like to go on smoke breaks, so we was like, hey, can we check if the kids go outside, because we were good kids, and they were like, no, we never did school shootings. We did fire alarms, and all fire alarms. it was just I know the teachers wasn't expecting that, how slow we were moving. I mean, fire alarms can save you. We had a bomb threat, like a real bomb threat at school one time. The dogs came. It got evacuated. The dogs came, and yeah, not there was not a bomb. Mm. No, we didn't have that. We didn't have shootings. We had a fire, and the bomb threat. But the bomb threat was real. And we had one real fire. We had one real fire. We moved down slow. Um, but it was a little fire. It was like nothing. Like it was on the roof. Like it was a little hole. But I get it. You know, it could have got bad. It depends. I don't know. We don't have like in Germany. We don't have that problem. Like yeah, Americans or me now living in America. That's it's funny because I went to pick up my niece the other day from school, and y'all have metal detectors and stuff in there. I was like, oh Lord, and then those glass like this glass doors, like I think it's bulletproof. Cannot really go through. Um, I've seen them. I mean, school shooters most of the time it's somebody from school. So, um, I don't know. It's very scary in America. It happens a lot often. Well, you know, there's nothing I can do about it. Like I said, we don't have those issues in Germany. A quick escape. Yeah, but like even if you know about the escape, you the shooter gonna know about the escape too. But you know that's why they have everything barricaded now. It's like literally I wanted to pick up my niece and it was closed off. Let me tell you. Nobody can just get in there, and people can definitely not smuggle nothing in there. You have metal detectors. What you mean? They definitely stop from you bringing a gun in there. I know some schools they have to do see-through backpacks as well. In my school. I mean, like I said, the school my niece is going to, they have all that. But yeah, I don't go to that in Germany. I think we only had like 22 school shootings. Go look. So in 2018, Germany had one school shooting and America had 288. I do have a Cash App. I'm gonna put it later. I'm just trying to see how that's going. But thank you so much. I don't know. It's a bigger problem. My day's been good. Okay, let's get this video.
Local legends claim the bridge demands sacrifices from those who cross it. The man begins recording himself during what starts as a routine paranormal investigation.
Thank you, Andrico.
Everything appears normal at first, but partway through his recording, he reports feeling an overwhelming sense of dread, and that's when this happens.
Oh, hell no. It might be fake because why is he filming himself? No.
With Lucid Spark, you can bring your team's best and brightest ideas to life.
The virtual whiteboard is an infinite canvas, perfect for creativity and collaboration.
Behind the Explorer, a white figure appears to float above the trees and is apparently a, quote, kuntilanak. According to Indonesian folklore, a kuntilanak is the spirit of a woman who passed away in childbirth and seeks revenge
I'm watching scary videos.
on the living. These entities are said to appear as pale figures in white clothing. The bridge continues to attract paranormal investigators despite its dark reputation. But this footage raises the question of whether some locations should simply be left alone.
The final visitor.
Sarah had worked the night shift at Mercy General Hospital for 3 years. She thought she'd seen everything that could happen during the quiet hours between midnight and dawn. But on October the 13th, everything
Oh, that shit scared the shit out of me. That's as scary as emoji or whatever that is.
changed. Patient in room 314 had been admitted earlier that evening with no identification and no family. The elderly man hadn't spoken a word since his arrival and appeared to be in the final
That's hella scary. I don't even know what that is. It's like a monkey thing.
stages of his life. Sarah was making her routine rounds when she noticed something odd on the security monitor. A dark shadow seemed to be moving across the floor of room 314. At first, she thought it was a technical glitch with the camera system, but as she watched the live feed, the shadow appeared to approach the patient's bed. She grabbed her phone and began recording what she was seeing on the monitor. This is what the CCTV camera captured. Watch closely.
故事了吧？啊、哇操，好吓人！
走了，走了。
又来了，
又回来了。
这回在这儿呢。这呢，这不。
If I'm the person in the hospital bed, please don't show me that. I'd rather just live in I would live in not knowing this is going on next to me right now.
According to hospital staff, this particular patient had been given only days to live, and security guards have reviewed the footage multiple times, but cannot identify what created this mysterious
Did I hear something?
white thing moving away from this patient. The hospital's surveillance system shows no other individuals entering or leaving the room during that time period. Yet something was clearly present in that room with the patient. because sometimes when people are about to cross over to the other side, something comes to meet them halfway.
That's wrong. Oh my god. Eyes in the darkness. Now I'm
A
scared.
team of Brazilian paranormal investigators decide to explore one of the most notorious abandoned buildings in their country. The asylum has a dark history
If that's the asylum, that looks cool as hell.
and reports of satanic experiments conducted on patients are well known. Many visitors claim to hear screams and crying echoing through the empty corridors. The investigators document their exploration as they move deeper into the decaying structure, but as they descend a staircase, something appears that stops them in their tracks.
Bro, I'm scared as hell. Oh my god, I'm scared. Oh, that's fake. That seems fake.
Ai meu Deus! Tinha um gatinho lá, tinha um gatinho. Me dá balacha. Não. Vê se consegue destravar.
I think that's fake.
Eu tô vendo não.
What if that's just a crazy person? That could be too. Because you know our eyes can do that too. Maybe he's just a crazy person. Lost his face.
Eu tô segurando. Ai meu Deus, olha lá.
A pale face with glowing white eyes emerges from a doorway in the darkness. The entity stares directly at the investigators for several seconds before quickly ducking back out of sight. Despite the surrounding darkness, the eyes appear to emit their own light, and the investigators freeze in place, clearly shaken by what they're seeing. Just a few seconds later, when they approach the doorway to investigate, there's nothing there. No explanation for what appeared.
Oh, look at the little kitty cat.
Or where it went. The asylum has been abandoned for decades, with no electricity or artificial lighting, yet something with glowing eyes was watching them from the shadows. The paranormal investigators continued to investigate locations across Brazil, but this encounter remains one of their most disturbing discoveries. What was lurking in that doorway, and how long had it been watching other visitors to the abandoned asylum? Thanks so much for watching. If you're up for more scary videos, check out one of these next. You're gonna love them. Oh, and don't forget to hit like and subscribe.
What if you can create your own?
I'm scared. Oh, live stream? No, I don't want to do that. I'm already scared.
On January 8th, 2005, a man named Martin discovered a mysterious package.
Yeah. Yo, that shit looks scary, Hoy. What is that? What is that? That shit is scary as hell. What is that? What is no answer? Answer me. What is that? That one looks scarier because it's up here. What is that, Hoy? What is that? Is it like a monkey? Where did you find that? Why did you put it on my stream? What's the riddle, Gotti? Like, do I gotta answer this or is still something? Oh, my back hurts. It's getting old. No, it just means I gotta work on my back now. Yeah, it's an emoji. It's on here.
In his mailbox. Confused, he brought it inside and opened it up. Inside the package was a single item, a videotape with no label or note to explain its contents. Curious to see what was on it, he put it in his camcorder and pressed play, and the footage he found on it was shocking to say the least. It contained a nearly hour-long video of a man describing the violent things he was about to do, how he was going to lure his victims, and the makeshift devices he was going to use.
I'm not trained in torture methods, which is what I'm gonna have to make do. I got my drill here. The reason why it's got this padding on it is just to try to silence it a bit because I'm in an apartment. I got gags. Soft.
Get that shit off. This is even scarier than the first one. What is that?
Got lots of duct tape. I got a soldering iron. Sheets. It's rather crude implements. I think can work wonders, especially if it's used in the right way.
However, while the content itself was extremely grim, what disturbed Martin more.
They ate him. They ate. He was 8'8". They ate him.
Was the fact that he personally knew the person on screen. This wasn't the manifesto of a serial killer planning to take innocent lives. Instead, it was the final message of Martin's close friend, Ricky Rodriguez, a man who was tormented by a cult from the moment he was born. He eventually managed to escape the cult and was now planning to take revenge on the people who did unspeakable things to him for all those years. He recorded this hour-long video and mailed it to his few friends and family so they would find it and have all the answers about what he was about to do and why.
I am making this video, well, for many reasons, I guess. I suppose the main reason is that I want there to be some record of the way I feel, my ideas, just who I was, really.
Ricky's story began 30 years earlier on January 25, 1975, when he was born as the first child of Karen Alva Zerby. Karen was a member of a cult called the Children of God, which used Christian language to lure in young, impressionable minds, often teenagers, and molded them to its sick and perverse ideals. 2 years after Ricky's birth, he was adopted by the cult's leader, David Burke, who presented himself as the Chosen One. David changed the cult's name to The Family and declared Ricky to be a religious herald, granting him a special position in the organization. However, while he was treated like royalty by the other members on the surface, behind closed doors, Ricky was the victim of vile acts no child should ever have to endure. David not only encouraged these acts, but went as far as to write a whole book about everything he and his followers did to Ricky, called The Story of DeVito. This abuse continued for many years, but as Ricky got older, he became aware of David's lies and manipulation. Then, in 1999, he finally managed to escape the cult with his girlfriend Alexia Manuel by faking a visit to the cult.
That's crazy. I understand her. You know, damn. They just did. But like, if you're the chosen one, why they do stuff to him? So I don't get. Like, aren't you the chosen one? You have to be the one that get treated the worst. Poor guy.
Compound in Mexico and fleeing to the US instead. Reintegration into society after 24 years in an isolated cult was anything but simple, but Ricky somehow managed to pull through and secure a job as an electrician. He also married Alexia and later moved to Tucson, Arizona due to his work. Unfortunately, no matter how hard he tried to move forward, the nightmare he escaped continued to haunt him. David had passed away in 1994, and the cult was now under the supervision of Karen Zerby, Ricky's mother. And while the cult had managed...
Oh, his mother is this... I don't want to say names right now, but she's a dumb B-word. Thank you for having me frog in a blender. That's sad.
To escape legal repercussions by mainly operating overseas, Ricky knew that there were still countless children suffering the same fate as him. So, in January of 2005, he decided enough was enough and took matters into his own hands. Which brings us back to the video he recorded and then mailed to a handful of close friends and his wife. In it, Ricky mentioned his ultimate goal, which was to bring down the cult all on his own. Beyond that, a part of this was also about getting revenge for everything that was done to him.
There's this need that I have. This need, it's not a want, it's a need, and I wish it wasn't, but it is. It's a need for revenge. It's a need for justice. Because I can't go on like this.
In this video, he also laid out his plan for accomplishing this goal. He'd apparently gotten in contact with his previous nanny, Angela Smith, who was among the group that tormented him during his time in the cult. He was going to invite her over for dinner at his apartment in Tucson and make her tell everything she knew about the other members' whereabouts by any means necessary. And that's exactly what he did. On January 8th, after mailing copies of his recording, he invited Angela into his home and proceeded with the plan. It's unclear what information he managed to extract from her before taking her life. He then got into his car and drove to Blythe, California. There, he rented a motel and called his wife to tell her about what he had done and what he was going to do next. However, despite the meticulous planning, Ricky ultimately couldn't follow through with the rest of his plan. On the morning of January 9th, authorities found his car in a parking lot just a few miles from the hotel he was staying at. Ricky was found inside the car as well, where he had taken his own life. And while this was tragic news for his loved ones, it was hardly—
Damn, I feel bad for him. He been traumatized his whole childhood. The pain he felt, he probably was like, you know, maybe if I can get rid of them, they don't hurt any more children, and I'm gonna find peace.
surprising for his wife. You see, Ricky believed that killing the cultists would bring him peace, something—
Did I just say that?
he reiterated in his last video.
I can imagine how I would feel, how liberating it would be.
But that's not what happened. During his call with his wife, he confessed that despite his anger and resentment, killing Angela was the hardest thing he had ever done. Taking revenge didn't bring the comfort he was looking for. He couldn't bring himself to take any more lives and decided to end it all that night, leaving his friends and family with this hour-long video to remember him by. As for the family cult, it remains active to this day under the leadership of his mother. On October 4th, 2006, at approximately 6:15 a.m., the Barrie Police Department received a chilling call from a woman saying, "My children are dead," in a calm and quiet voice. The disconnect between her tone and the situation she was describing was extremely unsettling. When asked what happened, she replied, "I don't know, I don't remember." Police officers immediately rushed to the address she provided and knocked on the door of her apartment, bracing for what they might find. The door opened and they were greeted by 31-year-old Frances Elaine Campione. When the officers asked her about the children she mentioned on her call, she replied in the same disturbingly calm voice, stating, "Yes, they're dead. They're on my bed." As the officers entered the master bedroom, he saw the remains of two little girls, 3-year-old Serena and 19-month-old Sophia, lying on the bed. Both were dressed in clean clothes and were also wearing necklaces and earrings. However, their skin was starting to turn blue, suggesting they might have been deceased for quite some time. One of the officers also noticed a small bruise on Sophia's forehead, and that was it. There was nothing else in the room that could have explained their deaths. But as the investigators looked through Elaine's apartment,
Neither, I don't smoke or drink.
they found a camcorder with footage that explained everything. The recording started on a wholesome note, showing Elaine surprising Serena with a new bike on her 3rd birthday on August 8th.
Hi Serena, it's August 8th, 2006. Happy birthday to you, happy birthday to you, happy birthday Serena, happy birthday to you. Serena's 3 today, yay! Shall we go to the living room and see if you got any birthday presents from the birthday fairies?
Yes!
Okay, let's go.
I have to go.
What is it?
The next video also showed Elaine and her 2 daughters just hanging around and having fun.
I love you.
This much.
Oh, I love you more than that.
So far, everything looked quite normal. However, the 3rd recording, dated October 2nd, was when things started to get weird. The tone of the recordings instantly changed as Elaine suddenly went on and on about their horrible living conditions and the torment her ex-husband Leo and his family had put her through, said all in front of her children.
You can't see through the camera, boo boo. Oh, yes, this is a deplorable, horrible, messy, filthy apartment that supposedly my 2 children and I live in, and it's just a horrible, horrible mess. Yeah. I think Diego Campione is totally in the wrong, and I hope he burns in hell for all his sins. The same as Leonardo. All I wanted to do was take care of my 2 little girls and live happily ever after the 3 years of physical, emotional, and mental abuse that I endured tremendously by Leonardo Campione, and then the past year from Anna and Diego Campione, the mental and emotional abuse, which wouldn't stop, and I had CAS keep bringing these 2 people into my life over and over again when I kept telling them the amount of mental and emotional abuse it was causing my 3-year-old daughter Serena and I and Sophia. It was horrible and uncalled for, and I want justice to my family for what they have all done to us. I cried out for help. They should have.
Leo was apparently extremely abusive, both physically and mentally. He prevented her from contacting her parents, and at one point even kicked her in her stomach while she was pregnant. This resulted in Leo getting charged with domestic violence, and the 2 getting divorced. However, at the time of this recording, Leo was starting to turn things around and was engaged in a legal battle with Elaine over the custody of their daughters. This took an immense toll on Elaine's mental health. She was already quite unstable and had been to the psych ward twice in the past couple of years. But according to her mother, the custody battle caused her to lose it completely and developed severe paranoia. She became worried that Leo would one day show up and forcibly take her daughters away. Then, on October 2nd, after ending this recording at 8:39 p.m., Elaine did the unthinkable by taking the lives of her own daughters, then recording a haunting confession that investigators discovered on the same camera.
Recording this because Leo, there, are you happy? Everything is gone.
What do you mean now you happy? Everything is gone? You all alive, your children, you crazy lady. That's why he was gonna take them from you. Like, okay, I get it, he's abusive, he's dead, but like now what? You destroyed your own life, you destroyed the life of the children, you destroyed your ex-husband's life. You didn't just destroy his life, you destroyed everybody's life. Everybody has to do something with you. And yeah, not everybody should have kids.
Give peace. You wouldn't tell the truth. I begged. You even had Stacy not believing me, telling her I had to sign papers when I didn't. I went to victim witness to get the truth. Trying, begging everyone the truth. How you beat me for 3 years behind closed doors. Beat me when I was pregnant with Serena and Sophia. You didn't care about our babies. You didn't care about me. You cared about yourself. You wanted to win.
Girl, you didn't care about your babies either. You didn't care about yourself either. Because what you just did, that just...
You won. Are you happy? How does it make you feel?
Like, you gotta be so crazy that you wanna life your kids just because of a man. That's crazy. That's crazy.
How does it make you feel? Because it doesn't make me feel great. I've lost everything my whole life.
At this point, the camera cut to a later point where Elaine attempted to take her own.
I tried to overdose.
That means the remodeling time at their Aurelia and Braintree stores. They are changing the displays. Now is the time to make a great deal on an Ontario-made hydro-fueled hot tub.
This filmed yesterday.
Floor model or custom orders, everything has a sale price. Pool Spa Sauna Showroom, making waves in Aurelia, Bracebridge, and soon to be in Huntsville. You can also check them out on the web at poolspasaunashowroom.com.
Elaine was arrested on the spot and was later charged with murder, with the found footage in her home serving as crucial evidence.
When I did first start Twitch was like 3 years ago on YouTube. 3 years ago. I think I started like around the same time.
Against her. She was ultimately sentenced to life in prison with the possibility of
Good
parole
job.
after 25 years.
It was either between potato or marshmallow.
This game, you're not ready for it.
Nice new here. That's good. Welcome. I'm gonna start gaming, but I'm waiting to get a SD card. So
Years ago, the Bureau of Land Management published a public service announcement dubbed Stay Out and Stay Alive, educating viewers about the countless dangers of exploring abandoned mines, including the very real risk of cave-ins, volatile explosives, wild animals, and entire sections without oxygen. However, the most chilling part of the video was the story and the accompanying found footage of an accident that had occurred years earlier. On July 4th, 1998, a group of young men found an abandoned mine in Nevada and decided to explore it for fun. Though, surprisingly, the boys seemed acutely aware of the mistake they were making right from the start.
As you see Briz pointing out, stay alive. It's a good point, but we're not too smart.
how long is that? 24 minutes. Trying to be famous. I don't know. I don't know what I'm trying to be. I'm just trying to do. I'm not gonna play. I don't have my card. I need space. I don't have space on here. I don't know what. I feel like you type R, type what? I'm 26 years old. Like IG famous. I don't think I'm famous. I do not think that. I don't think that. I'm getting tired. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Yeah, I'm a content creator, yes. Hello, I'm good. How are you? Yeah, I'm about to get off. I'm tired. And I have a busy day. Mm-mm-mm-mm-mm. Germany gang. Y'all should go subscribe to my, follow me on Twitch. Appreciate that. Leave a follow on my Twitch. Let me see how many followers. My follower goal. I need 64. I need 60. So yeah, you can follow me. I need 60 more to get 1,700 followers on Twitch. I'm from Germany, born and raised. What's up, KK? What's up? What's up? What's up? Yo, yo, yo. Mrs. Beverly in the house. About thank you so much. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Yeah, we got no. You like Hello Kitty? I love Hello Kitty. You saw my new Timo haul. They're only cute. Are they cute? Let's see. So soft. I'm a Hello Kitty. I'm a pink girly. Pink and white. I know that's right. Oh, Yeah. Don't mind this, my son messed this up. He put my shoes under my treadmill and he turned it on and it just burned all of this. But this is my Crocs. Love my Crocs. I have a big Hello Kitty plushie. Was he mad? Yeah, I was very mad. I was very much mad. They were like 45 bucks. I know this is not Hello Kitty, but this is the Care Bear. My Care Bear. This is Hello Kitty. I gotta wash her. I gotta wash this pillow. And Kurami. I gotta wash. Is this paint? Yeah, it is indeed paint. Dried paint. How am I gonna get that off? Anyways, I'm just gonna paint it black, I guess. That's everywhere. And then we got Kurami. Kurami. Hello Kitty. Hello Kitty. I used to have a P.O. box. One song. I got more people. I might get one so you can send me stuff like that.